Warning: the following content may not be suited for younger or sensitive audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. We find ourselves on the planet of Equuis. Zooming in a little bit, we now find ourselves on the continent of Yolandia, where the country of Noma Domus lies. This country was given to these fantastical creatures after they were annexed from their home. About 20 years ago, the ponies were subjected to a cruel war that ended in the near absolute destruction of their dimension, and they were forced to flee. They were given this country as a place to live while they get back on their feet, or hooves in this particular context. And in Nova Domus, we zoom in a little bit more to find ourselves in the town of Woodhurst, where 5 ponies will be embarking on a quest of the lifetime. One of these ponies finds themselves in the Broken Stool, the town's tavern, we can say. This pony happens to be Silver Lyrics, the town's troubadour of sorts. She travels around the continent gathering stories and songs and brings them back here to share, and also make a little bit of money in the process. She is also joined by one of her best friends, Flintlock. They've known each other for years, even before they were forced to migrate to this strange world. Flintlock, could you please describe your character?
I was actually trying. No, I'll just do it on top of my head. Flintlock he's an earth pony. He is mainly gray in color, maybe mixed with a little bit of blue in there. His mane and tail are like a darker smoke color with a lightish gray stripe going down his tail and hair, and he has a cowboy hat positioned on his head, and he currently has saddlebags on, and on his shoulders, or what you would assume to be shoulders, he has a revolver and a holster on, like hooked up there, and on his key mark is a simple anvil with a hammer hitting it.
Awesome. The pony next to him is Silver Lyrics. She is a quite small Pegasi, barely coming up to Flintlock's shoulders. The ponies in general have 3 races: the Earth Pony, the Unicorn, and the Pegasus. Earth ponies are physically stronger than most of the other races, and have a tendency to work with plant life and animals. Pegasi have wings, of course, and can fly, though they also tend to be able to manipulate weather patterns and stand on clouds. Unicorns have horns on their head, which allows them to cast a variety of spells and magic. Now, we somewhat zoom out of the tavern, and although she has known him for a very short time, she has invited one of the friends she has made recently to join her in this tavern, as she had a proposition for the both of them. As a extremely large earth pony makes his way inside the bar. Maverick, would you please describe your character?
Oh god. Let me pull up his photo real quick. And turn down Ayana.
I got some music rolling for you, by the way, Sylves.
I'm sorry.
Alright,
I'm like
thank you.
here kicking my feet and giggling and shit at this.
Maverick is a very large, probably around 5 or 6 feet tall, mostly dark tan earth pony with some light tawny kind of Appalachian style spotting with a bigger Shire horse build, and he has some very, work kept, or some work kept hair, like work kept as in it's held back by these bands. And his key mark is a plow.
Okay. And Maverick, as soon as you enter this tavern, she's really hard to miss because she's kind of like a neon green color. You do see Silver like across the way, sitting at the bar on one of the stools next to Flintlock, who you also recently met.
Yes.
And she, as soon as she sees you, she gives you a wave, and of course, in her typical loud fashion, she's like, "Oh, hey, Maverick, we're over here!" Even though you can very clearly see her.
Maverick kind of like his ears kind of pinned back, and he kind of like he just kind of leans a bit, like his head is a bit down, and he's trying to make himself look a bit small despite his massive size. As he makes his way over, not liking any spared glances his way.
Okay. All right. And Maverick, as you get closer to her, like she seems to notice your apprehension, and she's like, "Oh, was I too loud again?"
Yes.
Oh,
you
just
are.
a little. Just a little.
Yes.
Sorry, I was just really excited. So, like, I haven't told Flintlock either, and I told Kythos
What?
to meet us here, but I don't think he's going to. We might have
We're
to go
gonna
see
have
him.
to meet him.
Yes. He says,
You didn't
and
tell me what now?
so I found something for us.
Uh-huh.
I know that like we kind of just met each other. We've known each other for a few weeks, but like I have an idea. So, you guys remember that group that I kept talking about, right? The Outsiders?
Yeah.
Yeah, those
Well,
peeps.
I've been, and I don't mean to badmouth them, but they tend to leave a pretty big mess whenever they leave somewhere.
Those type of groups kinda do.
And from what I know, they recently destroyed a coliseum in the country above us.
They what?
They were. I don't know the full story, as they didn't leave any survivors.
Why?
But there was a town called the Silver Spire, a little further north. And
Silver.
yes,
Can I roll something to see what Flintlock would know about the Silver Spire? I'm sorry.
yes, yeah. Just roll a history check. See what you know about it.
Okay. First roll of the campaign, guys. Let's go.
Would Maverick like to roll as well?
Sure.
Don't have to. I'm just asking if he wants to.
Yes. What was it?
History check.
That's a 19. Let's go. Woo. Yeah, baby. That's what we've been waiting for. Yeah. Flintlock taking a low sip out.
You would know right about the same amount. So Flintlock and Maverick, you would know that the Silver Spire is in the country of Yolandia, which is a little further north. And it is a town full of hunters and sort of like artifact gatherers. They all the time they will venture into the forest that is south of Woodhurst, and they will slay monsters and try to obtain treasures from a lot of the ruins that are left within this forest. And they used to be a part of a group called the Legend of the Everfree, which is still in business. But they actually, the Legend of the Everfree actually resides within Nova Domus. But they were here long before ponies ever were. And the Silver Spire split off from the Legend of the Everfree to focus more on monster slaying and like monster gathering than just artifact gathering. They do work together from time to time, but most of the time they don't. And Silver has, you know this mostly because Silver has told you. She has been there before, but she got chased out of town very quickly because she was a quadruped. And like the Silver Spire, they tend to dislike anything that is not humanoid. So they don't outright attack, but if provoked, they will. And that is what you know. And Silver's going to speak up again, and she's going to say, "All I know is that they were trying. They were there to like see like an execution of some kind, because like that they do that in the Colosseum, and they stepped in and tried to save whoever was being executed, and ended up. I don't know. I didn't get a chance to ask them. Again, they didn't leave any survivors." And she says, then they jumped in and ended up freeing the monster that they were trying to kill, and it's been wreaking havoc in the forest.
Counterproductive, if I think so.
But the Legend of the Everfree put a bounty on its head, and I know that. She's like, honestly, I'm kind of doing this for Kaithos. He's really struggling with money, and it's just like, if we can go take it down, we all get a prize. It'll be a good bonding experience.
Well, I'm just gonna look at his drink and look at Silver's like, do you really think I'm not trying to like downplay us or anything, but do you know anything about this monster?
It's a cleric beast.
Can I have
Roll a nature check.
Can I also have Maverick roll a nature check?
Yeah, of course.
Can I have advantage considering he?
Yeah, because you live so close to the forest.
I have a +7 to this. Let's go. That's a 14.
Okay, roll a 14.
Right at the end.
Nature.
Can I?
Yeah, you get advantage.
Can I roll okay. Okay. I'm cutting out.
So close.
Yeah, I'm cutting out. Sorry.
It's all good.
I'm dying. Not again. Shit.
11. So with a 14 and an 11, you have definitely heard of them. But because they're sort of like an apex predator in the Everfree Woods, or like kind of towards the top anyway. You've never personally seen one. Flintlock, you've seen like drawings of them, but you've never seen one in person. Even in this drawing, they look pretty terrifying. And Silver's gonna say, well, I don't really know much about cleric beasts, but I know that they're really big and they're really hard and they're really strong.
You want us to go after an apex predator?
Of the
well, like,
have you lost your mind?
I'm not going to answer that question. It's just, and
you lost it long ago. We're still trying to find it. I'm pretty sure it's still in the well.
Like Flock, you feel like a Like you hear hear something knock on the back of your head, and she kind of like slaps you in the back of the head. She's like, "Hey!"
I'm not wrong.
And she just kind of
They'll love
pouts a
you
little
for
bit.
it. And he just pats her head.
She pouts even more, but she's like, "Well, I know we can do it, and plus it's kind of terrorizing the local towns. It's only a matter of time before it comes here."
Do you think if we somehow manage to kill it, do you think that will change their minds about us?
Well, the legend of the Everfree is still kind of, we still kind of, they're still kind of on our side. I mean, they don't really hate us, but I mean, maybe the maybe the northern towns will be a little more thankful. I mean, like, again, like those outsider guys, they're the only ones actually doing anything to try and prevent the end of the world. I think we should help out at least a little bit.
Ugh,
What?
if this.
I mean, we all remember what it was like when we experienced the end of the world.
Flintlong's just, like staring at his drinks, thinking about it, and Maxie, you go ahead.
And like Maverick just says, I'll agree.
But
If this goes south, I will not save you.
that is fair. And she says, I can't expect you to. And thank you for agreeing, by the way. Like, I knew I couldn't do this on my own. And I know Flintlock's good with guns, so you know.
I'll
needed-
do it.
We needed someone really strong, and just looking at you, you look really, really strong. So,
I will join in, but I have to talk to. Hang on 1 second. I forgot her name.
Evergreen?
Yeah, I have to talk to Evergreen. And I have to prepare some things, which I will make sure we are prepared for the trip, at least with food-wise. And I'm sure Maverick can help with that too. But I want to make it clear, I will at least want to get back here in one piece, so I can get back to the
I
family.
can't promise we'll come back, but I'll try my best to make sure we do.
Alright.
Okay. I still don't know if Kythos will agree, but
Okay, so you two can
could certainly
go.
use this help.
You two can go get Kythos. I'm gonna go talk to Evergreen
Okay.
because
And-
she has.
And she just says, "All right, Maverick, we should go try to find Kythos."
I will.
I know where he is. Come on.
I'll go meet
Alright.
you up by his campsite. Good luck. And
Okay.
he just pats like Silver, just like shoulder, and then he just downs his whole drink and goes to his home.
Okay. So, as you guys leave the bar, we're going to zoom right on over to around a medium-sized cave inside of the Whitetail Woods. Levi, what is your character currently doing?
They are currently. I'm gonna post a ref as well, just so you know.
Can you also
Um,
just it for the?
I am going to be
Okay.
Cameron.
I'm just
All right,
excited.
so we zoom in on this on a sort of a yellow-coated draconic-like pony. And they are currently just like using their little magic that is spurring off their horn. And it's all yellow magic to put some jewels into their mouth, and they're crunching down on them. But they're sort of like just vibing in their horde. That's essentially what they're doing.
Okay. So, it's Payday, right?
Sort of. It's Padini. Padani or
Padani?
Padni. I can't even say it. It's
Padani?
Padani.
Padani. Okay.
Padani.
So Padani, as you're sitting in your cave, it's not too far from town because even as a Kirin, which is what you are, you still do need other things like water, other foods, because gems can't sustain you fully. That's just your dragon part of you. They're
Yeah.
kind of like candy. Like
Yeah,
gems are
that's
kind of
why.
like candy to a Kirin.
That's why he's eating
So,
them.
you you hear a sort of like kind of like a clopping of hooves at the entrance to your cave.
Mm-hmm.
How deep is the cave?
It is like a surface level cave. Sometimes he'll like go out and like just look over the woods and over the little makeshift village that has been made. He's not really a guardian per se, but he's kind of like, he just sits there and like watches people sometimes.
Okay.
But from his
So,
cave.
you see what appears to be a gray-furred Pegasus with a blonde mane. And it is a female, and
Mm-hmm.
she is approaching, and she has like beautiful golden eyes. Her eyes though are a little wall-eyed,
Yeah.
if you know what that means.
It means like,
Basically, she has two lazy eyes, pretty much.
okay, yeah.
And as she approaches, she says, hello? Is anyone in here? I was told that I was supposed to deliver a message here. She doesn't seem to have noticed you yet.
All right. So, um, does she use her hose to like knock or anything?
No, she does not, because she doesn't see anything to physically knock on. Like you can very clearly hear her because of her hooves. And like that's kind of like echoing across the walls of the cave. So you could hear her like almost as soon as she started walking inside.
Go ahead.
And she's just kind of like looking around, and every time she blinks, her eyes are in like a different position. So, like you don't know if she can actually see. She probably can't see very well. So
I mean, I know why I can. So, hold on. I'm gonna have Go ahead. I was gonna have my character speak, but go ahead.
Go for it. No, I was waiting for you. I was waiting for you.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm still trying to get his voice. Yes, I'm here.
And,
Do you need me to light it up for you? And he's gonna like light his mane ablaze.
And like you see her kind of squeak as she's like, oh! like it's like she just now noticed you, and she's like, oh, thank goodness. And she's like, oh, are you Padane?
I am indeed Padane. I do not know anyone of your kind. Can I ask why you are here?
I was told there was a Kiran that lived in this forest, and I was supposed to deliver these to pretty much everybody that might be interested. And she kind of like reaches into her like saddlebags with her mouth, and like she pulls out a piece of a piece of parchment paper, and like it's in her mouth, and she unravels it and she shows it to you, and it is a sort of like a help wanted ad, and on it says basically, treasure and possibly gems promised on completion of this task.
He's gonna lick his lips.
And it says that you are to journey with a small party of 4, and you would be the 5th one. You are to journey with a party of 4 into the Everfree Woods to slay a monster that has been terrorizing the surrounding towns.
Okay, well, thank you for coming all the way up here. I know the trail is
Actually, wait, no, you would be the 4th one. I just realized you'd be the 4th one. That's 4 people. Okay, yeah.
Thank you for coming all the way up here. I know the trail is a little off-beaten. I don't really show up in there unless I'm disguised, so... If you would, could you gather whoever is doing this
Oh,
thing and bring them here? I
um,
mean, I have plenty of supplies for them to
if you can,
use.
they would. If you can, you can meet them in town at the Broken
Oh.
Stool.
Oh,
They're going to be meeting there at the tavern.
I see. Okay.
I mean, you'd be fine. We don't mind, Kieran. We have a few in town.
Yes, but there is a complication. I'm not necessarily supposed to be going out, and I'm not necessarily a normal Kieran either. So,
Oh. Well,
I mean, yeah.
I don't know where they would currently be. They're probably somewhere in town.
I will make my way there eventually. Then, just I will have to, I guess, lock up the house.
And like the paper says that you have to report by like before the end of the day. Like before the end of the night. To like you don't have to like start at the end of the night, but you have to say, "Hey, I want to be a part of this before the end of the night." And you have to like find the and you see that the person who posted this is a pony named Silver Lyrics, who is a green-furred Pegasus.
Would I know Silver lyrics? Maybe like from.
Let's say you've definitely heard of her.
Okay.
Because she is the troubadour. So
Yeah.
she maybe when you're passing in town, you may have heard some of her songs or some of her stories. Like she travels to all of the towns here in Nova Domus and on the entire continent of Yolandia. So she's made a bit of a name for herself. She's even performed a few times for the archfey that lives in this forest.
Hey,
Okay.
yo.
All right. Thank you very much again. I will make my way down. I cannot promise I will be a Kieran, but I will make my way down.
Okay. Well, I gotta go now because I got more stuff to deliver. Oh, bye. Like she just
and
turns around
watch
and
the
what's up?
Watch the branch on your way out. Don't, make sure you don't fall down the mountain.
And like you just hear her say, "What branch?" Like she just smacks right into it, and like she's like, that branch. she's like, and like she just kind of ducks underneath it and just keeps walking back out of the cave. And she's like, "Bye." And she's kind of rubbing her head like where it hit her.
Yeah, and just after that, Peyton is going to actually like stand up. He was like laying down and whatnot. He's also a decently like bigger than what you would usually expect. He's still small, obviously, but he's going to start packing his stuff.
Okay. So, so now we find ourselves back in Woodhurst, towards the outskirts. And we are heading towards the family-owned farm. Maverick's family obviously owns this farm. And we're specifically heading to a small tree on a medium-sized hill, where currently there is a tent pitched under this tree, with a small light being lit on the inside, possibly a candle. And Maverick and Silver are currently approaching this tent. Kythos, what are you doing at this current moment?
So
By the way, what is your passive perception?
my passive perception, it is 20.
Then you can most definitely hear them approach.
So I assume I can tell who it is just because, with how Silver is.
Well, like with Silver being as small as she is, she has to take like 30 steps to match Kythos's one step. So she's like her hooves are kind of like hitting the ground at a small, like a little bit of a faster rate to even keep up with Maverick. You can tell that it's Silver that's approaching, but you do not know who the other pony is, as you haven't really listened to Maverick's hoofsteps enough to know that it's him. All you know is that it's possibly a larger Earth pony.
Oh, I don't like people. But Kythos would have been like reading. So upon hearing the footsteps of a Silver, he'd probably end up shutting the book he had and that's a fucking voice crack. he would have shut his book and kind of like moved to get up from his sitting position to kind of like poke his head outside the tent to see who was approaching with Silver.
And you do see that it is Maverick approaching with Silver. And she does apparently see you poke your head out. And she's like, "Oh, hi, Kaitos. I didn't know if you were home or not."
Oh, I also forgot to describe him, didn't I?
Oh,
I'll
yes.
do that
Go
in a
ahead and do
second.
that. My bad.
Okay. Yeah, no, you're good. I was thinking, I was like, wait, I didn't describe him, did I? But, to the viewers, with Typhus poking his head out, he has this, little bit of a shorter, silverish, grayish mane. And he has these two black horns that are on either side of his head, and they kind of curl back into a slightly upward S. And they are completely black with what looks to be constellations that are not necessarily carved into them, but as if they were made from the horn itself. And he has more of this darkish blue navy type of fur and these two bat wings that kind of like stick to his sides. And along under his sides of his wings, he looks as if he has this black format over his skin that kind of like goes from the back of his shoulders to his hind, where it is completely black and it has these constellations and stars in them. And he also has this little deer tail that also has it on the back, and underneath is his little silver hair to match with. And he kind of pokes his head out when he hears Silver, and he just goes, "Oh, you need something?"
And and once again, you do see Maverick as well. And she is approaching, and she stops about 10 feet away from the tent. She just says, "Yeah. So I was wondering. I was gathering a few ponies to try and take care of a problem, and I might need your help."
Titus is going to stare at her, and he's just.
And
At
you'll
the
get
word of
paid
a
for
few,
it. Like, you'll get paid for it.
who are the other ponies?
Oh, it's one of them is right here with me. It's, you remember Maverick?
Yep.
Yep. And this is, and also it's Flintlock, and I'm hoping we can get at least one other pony. I won't know until the end of the day, though.
What are we supposed to be doing?
So, I told you about the outsiders, right? And they tend to leave a mess almost everywhere, though. But this last time, they left a bit more of a mess. And one of the creatures that they were trying to slay got away. And it's currently terrorizing the surrounding towns in the Everfree Forest. And there's been a bounty put on its head by the Legend of the Everfree. I was figured we could all take it down together. Because, well, sooner or later it's probably going to come here, and I'd rather stop it before it gets the chance.
Like, upon hearing a little bit about the situation, he seems to grow a little bit nervous, and he just goes, "What creature is it?"
It's a cleric beast.
Should I roll to
Yes,
know what a
roll a
cleric beast
nature
is?
check with advantage.
Nature. What is my nature? Okay. Oh, I forgot to roll with that advantage. Let me roll again.
It's a 7 for the first one, And a
That's a
natural
nat
20. First nat 20 of the
First nat
campaign,
20.
guys.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, Kaitos, you 100% know what a cleric beast is. You've encountered one or two in your time in the Everfree Forest. Though you did not fight them, you kind of just ran away because they're very scary. And like it's difficult for even a party of 4 to take one down, but they can be killed. So and so it just says, I don't really know much about it other than that. I just know that it's a cleric beast.
Absolutely not.
Oh, why not?
You do know what a cleric beast is, right?
Kinda. I mean, I've seen
Not
one
at all.
before, but it was from really far away.
She doesn't have a clue.
Hey, Maverick. She looks up to you. She's like, not helping.
Like, Kaitos is gonna shake his head and kind of like come out a little bit more of his tent to where he's standing outside of it now, and he's just going to shake his head again, and he's going to go, there's no way 4 of us, maybe 5, I don't know how many you're planning on bringing in, not at all, we are not capable of fighting something like that.
It's like, well, how do you know? It's like, it's not like it's impossible, and plus, it's just one cleric beast.
Like, he's going to look like he's about to facepalm, and he's going to go, I know, because I've been up and close with them before. It is not... No way. No. That is just a death sentence you're looking for.
And she says,
If
how about
we
this? Oh,
go
ahead.
at it with a proper strategy, and we don't rush into it. And he kind of looks at Silver as he says this.
You see her pout.
I'm certain that we could fight it and defeat it eventually.
She's like, see, even Maverick agrees.
Eventually. And he says it in a little bit more of a somewhat mocking tone.
It would not be an easy fight.
Just, of course it wouldn't. It's a cleric beast. What do you expect?
It also, we need to take into account its age and what it eats, if it eats regularly.
And she just says, listen, Kaitos. I'm trying to do this to help you. Because if you help us kill this thing, maybe the ponies in town will look at you a different way.
I really do not care what they look at me as. It's already as it is.
It doesn't have to be that way.
Either way, fighting that cleric beast is just a death sentence at this point.
It's just like, well, we have to do something. Sooner or later, it's going to come here and we'll have to kill it anyway.
Silver, not Silver. Kairos is going to take in a deep breath, and he's going to look at the ground, and he's going to huff. And he's going to speak up and go, fine, I'll help you, but I'd rather not get entangled with the legend of the Everfree.
Just like, okay, look, I'll be the one to collect the prize money, and I'll even give you my share. I don't need it.
I don't want prize money. I'll just help you and be done with this.
Fine. And so it's like, okay, just do what you have to do to prepare and meet us in the tavern in town. We're gonna discuss the plan there.
Kairos is gonna look back up at Silver, and his ears would kind of pin back at the mention of meeting in the tavern, and he's going to go, do I have to be in the tavern?
No,
Well, it
we
would
can
be-
wait outside.
We can wait outside, but I would prefer for it to be in town,
Silver
just in case
can
we
wait
need extra
inside.
supplies. And she says, "Fine, I'm gonna go see if I can. I'm gonna go. Okay, how about you two stay here and discuss what you want to discuss? I'm gonna go back to town and see if that pony who wants to help us has showed up or not yet."
Okay.
Don't get eaten on your way there, preferably.
You kidding me? Nothing in that forest can ever catch me. And like it almost as if to prove her point. Like she just kind of jumps up into the sky and just like takes off with her wings, and she almost like creates a miniature sonic boom as she takes off.
Well,
I can
have to say,
imagine.
the second she's gone, Kythos is going to, like, his ears would unpin, and he's just going to look so. I don't know what the word would be, because he wouldn't be distraught. Like, he looks a
Nervous?
bit exasperated, yeah, a little bit nervous. And he's just going to say, we're good as dead.
For certain.
But I'm only helping her because she's cute.
I'm only out of character. I'm only helping her because she gave me fancy ornaments for my horse.
Also, Silver, I
Okay.
did DM you that. I would prefer you not saying anything aloud, though, in response to that.
Okay, fair enough. All right. All right. So, as Silver is making her way back into town, we're going to cut back over to Paydenai. Or Paydenai. Well, I'm just going to say Payden for now. I'm not
Payden
gonna say
is supposed to be the name. Payden
I'm just
is how
gonna
you say it, though.
I'm
Yeah.
just going to say Payden for now. Payden, you, have you disguised yourself?
Yes, but not very well because I don't want to roll for it. No offense, Silver.
So did you use a disguise kit?
No. I literally just threw on like a shawl
Like a
over my
cloak?
horn and some sunglasses.
So they can still see the scales on your back, the long ass tail.
The long tail, but not the scales.
Okay.
And
So you
again,
are
quite big, quite a big
yes.
Kieran.
So you are making your way into town, and you've only been here a few times, so if you kind of have to ask for directions, but you do eventually make your way to the Broken Stool. And you do see the tavern. Do you go inside?
Yes.
Okay. All right. As you head inside, it's about right now. If the sun was here, it would be around probably 11 a.m., 10 a.m. in that range, kind of like late morning. So there aren't very many people in here or ponies. You do see like a few other races, but it's mostly ponies. And do you find a place to sit, or are you just gonna hang out in the tavern for a little bit?
Payden would go and order some appy juice.
Okay. So you do get your juice. It would be about 5 silver for that.
Then he would get 2.
Okay, there would be 1 gold. All
Yep.
right. You just get a really big glass of appy juice. And about 10 or so minutes later, you see the door open again. Then you don't see anyone. But then you kind of glance down. And you see a very short and very small looking green-furred Pegasus. You weren't given a very big description, but there aren't really any. Green is kind of a rare color in ponies, so you don't see any other green-furred ponies in here. So this might be the pony that the ad was talking about.
He's just gonna continue to look and take a big long sip of his appy juice with like a reusable straw that he carries.
Okay, so she does approach and she actually sits in a stool about like one away from yours, like to your left.
Mhm.
And she looks a little exasperated, a little bit. Not really tired, but she looks a little like, ugh. Like she's like she may have just gotten through a very difficult conversation.
Mhm.
And she's just like, can I get like a glass of honey milk, please? And like the bartender says, like, nods and gives her what she asked for. And she and like she takes it and she, are you still looking at her?
Yeah, a little bit. Just like,
Okay. And she kind of glances over at you. She's like, hi.
hi.
And like you see her kind of like narrow her eyes, and she is going to roll a perception check.
Yeah. You're probably gonna be able to get it. I'm just gonna use like 10 as like the basis here.
She's using smell, so
Wait, do I have draconic senses? Do I have a good sniffer? Out of curiosity.
that's a 23. It wouldn't give you perception. Silver has advantage for a very specific reason.
Fair enough.
That's a 13. Yeah, she's like, wait a minute, you're a Kieran. And she's like, no. And like,
What do you mean?
and she's just like, we don't see many Kieran around here. That's kind of cool. Are you new? I don't recognize you.
Well, I am, yes, but I do not stay in town.
Oh, okay. Oh well, why are you in town?
An odd wall-eyed pony came to my den and said that people were requesting help.
Oh, you got the ad. She's. Are you here to help us? Like, my name is Silver, by the way. I was the one that put out the ad.
I'm before he says his name, he's just like, can you get like a quick insight check to make sure she's like see if she's a trustworthy person? He doesn't.
Oh yeah. Roll an insight check.
All right. Ooh. Insight. That's an 18.
So an 18. I mean, you just met this pony. You don't know if she would have a reason to lie to you. But she seems like the trustworthy type. Perhaps maybe a little too trustworthy, in the sense that she's probably brutally honest. Like if she notices something, she's probably gonna say something about it.
I am Payden. You may call me Payden.
Okay.
Well, because if I tried to tell you my full name, you would not be able to pronounce it.
Okay, that's fine with me, Payden. Again, my name is Silver Lyrics. So,
Payden. Hold on, I gotta say this right. Payden Dizon.
Payden Dizon?
Payden Dizon.
Okay. And she's like, so, you're here to help us, right?
Mm-hmm. At
So,
least I wanted to know a little more about the creature.
Well, it's a cleric beast.
Oh.
Roll a nature check with advantage.
Woo! Hermit! Let's go! Wait, why am I rolling with advantage?
Because you live in the forest right next to the Everfree, so.
Good point. That's an 18.
You have never seen one before, but you've definitely heard of them.
Oh. The apex predators?
Yeah. So long story. There's a party group out there somewhere that's trying to save the world. They're called the Outsiders.
Oh,
And
the ones with the stupid name. Got it.
yes, them. It's like personally, I don't think it's very good for branding, but
This session far is just on like the other campaigns.
She just says they tend to leave a mess everywhere they go, and this last time they left a pretty big mess because the cleric beast they were trying to kill got away, and it's been terrorizing the local towns.
Mm.
And it's only a matter of time before it comes here and tries to kill us all, so I figured we'd get ahead of the curve and try to kill it. Also, there's a big bounty on its head, so...
Yes, I heard about the jewels.
Oh, yes. and
Speaking of which, would you like one? And he like, you know, using the magic from his horn, he sort of like hovers one out of his bag and offers it to her.
She's like, oh, sure. And like she takes it with a wing, and she's like, you actually see her crunch into it and start eating it. She's like, ooh, strawberry. and she eats the rest of it. And she's like, thank you. That was very nice.
No problem. I try to mind them myself often.
And she just says, so, what can you do?
So that's I can't
So that's
really.
it.
I
So
don't
have
know.
you
I
have
don't
you
know.
ever?
My player hasn't decided yet.
No, my player has decided, but
Ulrich?
shut up, Cameron. No, my player has decided, but I can do quite a bit. I once in the past was a paladin, but now I am a sorcerer.
Oh, okay. That's cool. And she says, we could use more magic. We only have one magic user so far.
And I can summon a mini sun. Anyway, nothing about that.
And she's like, we'll go ahead and move on. and she just says, so, we're not leaving tonight, of course. It's a little too last minute. But, we're going to, like, the rest of the party is going to meet back here so we can discuss a bit of a plan.
Okay, I do not know the other party members, obviously, but I will probably go back to my den, and it's right in the White-tailed Woods, if you all would be interested in meeting there, or if you would want me to come back. I do not care.
Oh, well, they should be here soon. In,
Oh.
like, the next 15 minutes, I suppose. And she says, after that, you are more than welcome to go back to your den, but, you know.
It's a very comfortable den. I don't really get out much.
That's fine. Well, neither does one of my other friends, but... And it's just like... But I suppose that's for a good reason. And she just says, so, Did you have any questions?
What can you do?
Oh.
You seem quite fast.
Oh, yes, I am very, very, very fast. I also tend to... What was the phrase that Flintlock used? I tend to make people catch these hooves.
Oh. I'm sure you are also aware of Kieran, the you know, our when we
Yes,
get angry,
of course.
that
Yes.
thing. Please refer to it as Daybreaker, if it happens.
Oh, you son of a bitch. Okay. So no, that's for a completely different reason. You will find out later. So Max knows what I'm talking about. So she's like, okay, we can do that. And she says, like, I guess the technical term for me would be a monk. She also says, I also have these. You see her extend one of her wings, and you see little knives kind of appear underneath her wings, like as if she can like swing a wing and slash at somebody with like daggers.
Oh, quite an interesting.
Yes, I learned it from the Thestrals.
Oh, you know, I had a friend Thestral. I'm sorry, my voice keeps changing. I had a friend Thestral.
I had a friend Thestral.
I had a friend Thestral before we, came here.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Full Metal
Alchemist.
Alchemist.
So Max, to answer your question, I think Silver would be Annabeth in that particular context, and I think Kythos would be the
Nice.
top one because he's a cleric. So
Not helping the whole. I'm
Oh,
bullying Kythos in this.
so like, and Silver just says, "Well, they should be here soon. Oh, you have to try this milk. It is so good.
Oh
It's
yes, I make.
It's
Go
a
ahead.
recipe from the Silver Spire, though it's kind of gone now."
Oh, I thought you were talking about a different kind of milk. Like I make homemade milk up on the mountain.
And then, like, Silver kind of narrows her eyes. She's like, "Where does it come from?"
I have a farm, not a big one. It comes from goats.
Is she just like, okay, and then she's like, well, anyway. And so now we're going to cut back to Flintlock. So Flintlock, you have discussed it with Evergreen, and she agreed on the context that if you don't come back, she will have her father resurrect you so she can kill you herself.
Flintlock would just look at Evergreen and it's like, that's if Thornbriar would resurrect me, and if he did, he would probably kill me before you could.
It's like she's like, oh, don't worry. She says, my dad will do whatever I tell him to.
Yeah.
So, you have gathered whatever you wanted to cut. Like, Evergreen has made up a kind of like a mini, like, since she's a druid, she has kind of made like a bit of a druid's bit of kind of like the druid's bag a little bit. Like, it's like a miniature bag of holding.
Mm-hmm.
Except you can't really put anything into it, but when you open it, it'll kind of fold out into like a picnic.
All right. Let's go. Anyways.
So, you are currently making your way back into town, and you happen to also see Maverick kind of walking in the opposite direction of you. You're both kind of heading in you're heading towards the same place, but you're heading there from different directions. And you see a smaller pony next to him with a cloak covering their head. You can't really tell who it is from this distance, but it's... Actually, roll a perception check to see if you can tell who it is.
I have expertise in this.
Fuck yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
saying
he
this
still
out loud.
fails.
Actually, my passive perception is 26, by the way, as a fun
Oh,
fact.
then yeah,
for you.
then you won't need to roll if you have a passive of 26. You can tell that it's obviously Kythos, mostly because of the shining little stars you can see on the very bottom of his horns. It's a very iconic look, so you can recognize it immediately. You're a little far away, but you're both heading to the same place.
So,
And- Go ahead.
Flintlock is gonna, like, trot over. It's like, hello. I see you got our friend to come along. And he's talking to Maverick.
And Maverick's just like, this was Silver's doing.
Yeah, she has the reputation of doing that. A lot of... Actually, she also got us into a lot of situations too, but I'm not gonna get into that. You heading to the tavern? Why are you using this accent?
More
Oh,
so
fuck.
waiting outside it, not going inside.
Alright. Well, I'll see you there. I'll go see what she's doing inside. I reckon she's in there. So see ya when I get there. And then he's just gonna start running off.
Okay. Do you
Butter. Why am I doing this?
the tavern? Do you go inside?
Yeah.
Okay. You immediately notice her, especially with that passive perception. She is at the bar sitting with a very poorly disguised Kieran. With that passive perception, you don't even need to roll. It's the horn Like you can instantly tell that it's a Kirin because of the horn. It's like it looks like they tried to put like a sock over it, but you can still see the outline of it. So yeah.
Locke's just gonna stare at this, and he's going to think to himself, hopefully first impressions is better than the half-assed appearance. And then he's just gonna walk over, and he's going to like look at Silver's like, so Evergreen agreed on me going, though I'm more tempted not to die because I'd rather not face the wrath of my wife and her. And he shudders, and her father.
So and she's like, "Oh, that's great. I hope Evergreen's doing good, by the way." And
She's doing wonderful. She told me to tell you that she said hi.
okay, she's just like, "Well, she'd probably also kill me if you died, so I don't want that to happen either."
I'm more worried about her father.
And she just says, "Okay, well, this is Peyton. This is our party member that's going to help us."
Hello.
So Flintlock's gonna like tilt his has a like greeting. Well, it's nice and dandy to meet you, Peyton. My name's Flintlock.
Kinda on the nose.
Yeah, as are most punny names I've heard.
And she just says, "Well, oh, so Flintlock here. He is he's good with guns."
I also am mighty good with working with metal and wood.
He's the town carpenter slash blacksmith.
My
Oh,
family does a pretty good job at it. I do say so myself.
I mean, I got a nice little. Never mind, it collapsed in on itself.
I can probably once we're all done with this.
And Silver speaks up and says, where's? Oh, they're probably
Oh,
out there, aren't they?
They'll be waiting. I actually came in to tell you that.
Oh, well, we should probably go outside to meet them. Come on, Peyton. You can meet the other. Group members.
Also, before we go, Flintlock's going to look at the barkeeper's like, "See you later, Jeffrey. You have a good night." And then he's just gonna walk out.
As you're walking out here, you still haven't paid your tab, motherfucker. Then the door's shut and you don't hear anything else.
Flintlock then goes back and is like, "Okay, how much?"
It's just like, he's like, "I didn't think you'd actually come back." He's just like,
I'm
hang on, give me a second. You see him like pull out a ledger and he's like, 700 gold.
Flintlock just like face plants into the bar. Alright, okay. Me and my friends are gonna do a quest bounty. I'll just use my share to pay for most of that because on the gold I have on me. Actually, could I pay it off by fixing something for you at home or something?
And Jeffrey, by the way, is a human. And he just says, I mean, you could make something for me. We'd call it even.
Alright. And Flint just gets like a notepad and just like puts out like anything in mind.
He says, "Well, I've heard of those fancy little firearms you make, and I was wondering if I can get one of those."
Alright, anything specific, like something simple, like a revolver or...
Dealer's choice.
Alright, I can definitely do that. I could probably think of some, I think Yeah, I can do something before we leave. I'm pretty sure. Hopefully.
He's just like, okay. And it's just like, now get out of my bar.
All right. Tell your wife and kids I said hello, and then Flintlock leaves.
Okay. And does Peyton follow?
Yes, and
Okay.
like considering like how his identity has already been known, he's just gonna like take off the
So we
disguise.
better remember that guy whenever we come here as a party.
Jeffrey.
I swear to God.
Okay. As you guys make your way outside, Silver's already waiting out there, and she just sat there, like very unlike of Silver. Like she just kind of sat there and waited for you guys to come outside before she said anything. And go
How
ahead.
long? Flintlock's gonna look at. So we're like, how long are we going to wait here for? Because I gotta make a firearm for Jeffrey in there so I could pay off my tab.
Well, maybe like another hour. Just depends on how long it takes to get this talk done.
Silver, how long do you think Flintlock can make? Like, what's the most simple firearm that Flintlock can make?
Nyoka.
So that would be a pipe pistol.
Pistol?
And that would take 3 days. Like, firearms take a really long time to make.
That's what I figured.
Because they have a lot of intricate parts. So you could probably make one when you come back from the quest.
Yeah. Flintlock would do that. And he's gonna write something down. He's like, okay, get that done, get that done. All right,
He has a day planner. So
he kind of asked you to do his business, but
like Silver's like, okay, so Peyton, this is Maverick and Kythos.
Howdy there. I'm well, sorry, I kind of stole someone's accent. That's not the real.
The accent is
there.
infectious.
Hi there. I'm Peyton. Nice to meet you. And Peyton's just gonna kind of like mage hand a hand out there, like to be shaken.
Kythos is like, his hood would very likely still be up despite his horns that are like kind of poking out. Like he probably has holes in his hood to let them poke out. So his hood would kind of just be sitting there covering his face and whatnot, and he'd kind of awkwardly take a step back to where he's more so, because Maverick is beside him, he's somewhat now hiding behind him, and he'd just nod and go, I'm Kythos.
As Silver introduced, I'm Maverick. And Maverick gives him a nod of acknowledgement and does not shake the hand.
Man.
Also, why are you using a hand instead of hoof?
Because that's the magic in this world's a lot different than what you think.
Yes, I'm fully aware.
And plus, opposable thumbs are really cool.
Yeah, but
Also,
that would actually make something a lot easier. Maybe I should pick up magic eventually. Foreshadowing.
You shouldn't.
Why?
It depends on the person, but it does require a lot of study.
Well, I didn't think it would be like making a deal with someone and then off you go using magic all willy-nilly.
Is that something you want to do? I mean, you can.
I mean, at most, I will probably learn as that, so I can smith a lot easier.
Okay.
Maybe a fire.
Have you ever heard of Hephaestus?
Oh, Hephaestus? Yes, I actually talk to him occasionally, or attempt to.
Yeah,
I sometimes get scary later. That when I pray, occasionally, just scares me.
Just talk to him then.
Yes, I have occasionally. Then there's that loud and intimidating dragon guy. What was his name? I haven't written down all the deities.
We're kind of getting off topic. It's just like, it's just like, okay,
Oh,
so
yeah,
like,
yeah.
so like, to be honest, I'm going to be honest with you guys. We're probably not going to be the only ones going after this bounty. So because it's a rather big reward. So we might encounter others who might want to do it instead of us.
And I'm guessing they're not willing to split it up even more, or some of them might commit, what do they call
Probably not.
it? Crimes?
It's like, probably not, but I don't know. And she just says, I would prefer if we leave at least before the end of the week. And she just says, because we need to set out as soon as we can to make sure we're the ones to get the bounty.
Evergreen and I got some food for us, though overpacking wouldn't hurt.
I can arrange travel, if we don't want to walk.
Okay.
What?
So she says,
What travel is that, if you don't mind me asking, their friend?
I have to have some secrets.
I'd prefer to know what we're... Whatever. Continue, Silver. My apologies.
and she just says, well, so I'd recommend you all go and gather everything you think you might need. And she just says, and we can meet back here tomorrow to discuss if we want to leave tomorrow.
Alright.
And if anyone needs anything but doesn't have the money, you can ask me. I can probably help.
I gotta go make sure I get the ammunition, gotta get extra supplies, finger tools, and Super like Flintlock's like mumbling to himself, more of like outwards thinking, and he's like tapping on his hoof, like he's doing math, big brain math in his head.
So, like Silver, she kind of like moves. She doesn't move. Like she kind of moves like around Maverick, so she can like kind of lock eyes with Kythos, and she just says, "Hey, do you need anything? I can help you out."
Typhus is going to look at her and shake his head and go, no, I'm fine. I don't need anything.
Okay, I'm gonna get you some potions. And she just says, she's okay.
Oh, by the way, Cassis, do you just use magic, or do you need a weapon? I can get a weapon for you.
I'm fine.
Alright.
And she's gonna try.
Like,
then go ahead.
I'd like to say, like, with just how everyone is talking to him, he's low-key trying to just hide behind Maverick in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's just not like anyone at this moment, so he's kind of like trying to hide behind Maverick.
Anywho, Silver, do you need anything from my shop before?
And she just says, "Not that I can think of." And then she's gonna turn to Maverick and say, "Do you need anything?"
No, I do not.
Okay. And she just says, "What about you, Peyton? Do you need any potions, items?"
Actually, no. I'll let Levi speak before Flintlock says anything.
Go ahead and have Flintlock say the thing.
Before I head out, Silver, if you don't mind, I would like some potions. And
Okay,
if you
what
don't
kind?
mind, if just preferably healing, your choice, whoever works for you. And if you could, if they sell it, ammunition for
Okay.
my guns, because I'm gonna be bringing a couple.
Okay.
Anywho, I will see you all whenever. And then Flintlock just starts running to his shop, which is connected to his house.
Oh, I didn't know the question towards me was still going on. Could you, he kind of just did him. Anyway, can you get me some kind of armor? I don't really have anything to protect me other than my spells.
Okay.
I should have asked for armor because I only have leather. Oh well.
Okay, I'll see what I can find.
Oh, but another thing, I do have this, and this is like me telling you what my item is, Silver.
Mhm.
I chose the Dragon Touched focus.
Mhm.
At legendary variant. Do you know what that does?
No.
I've talked about it with you. Okay, I will send you what it is.
Dragon touch. Can I ask what type of dragon?
I'm not telling you.
I tried, guys.
I'll
I
tell
really did.
Silver. I won't tell you.
Okay. So, is the rest of the party going to split up and do their own thing for a little bit?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Please give me a small description of what you are doing. We will do Flintlock first.
Okay, so Flintlock is basically going to get. How much ammunition do you think I can possibly grab? Because like my base inventory that he carries with him is like 2 cases of 20 bullets. So how many do you think I can grab from his shop?
You'd be able to hold 100 of each gun.
Okay, so 100 ammo for Mac. 100 ammo for. Well, also, do you think I can pop? This is up to you, because I forgot to ask Silver to buy me. Actually, can I just say that Silver could buy me some better armor because I only have leather before like he left?
Yeah.
Does all right. What else? What else? He would just get like extra tinker tools, maybe a little bit of like supplies. Then he would probably go to Evergreen and then talk to her for like the rest of the day. And possibly write a letter to Thornbriar,
Mhm.
letting him know he will be out of town. And
Alright.
that's up to you of how he reacts to that.
Okay. Is that all that Flintlock is going to do?
Yep. Hopefully he doesn't try to kill me for
Oh.
leaving.
Okay, we are going to go to Payton. What is Payton going to do?
Happy juice.
Just drink Appy juice?
He would have gotten another Appy juice, and he's kind of like he would have gotten it, and he would have asked for it in his little to-go cup. He is prepared to be like gone, so he has like a little to-go cup, and it even has like his name written on it.
Mhm.
And it's got like a little sun on it, like a little sun decoration, and he's just like walking around town with it like floating in front of him, and he's like taking a sip from it every now and then.
Okay.
Why is this man so cute?
Maverick, what are you going to do?
So Maverick is basically it's gonna feel like for Kythos as they kind of walk back to where to Maverick's farm. It's gonna feel like for Kythos that he's following for a bit, and then he's going to break off and go to a dead log and pull out a sword and his armor, and then he is going to drag that back to his house so he can have a conversation with his mother and siblings.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh boy.
We do not have to roleplay that if you do not want to. Do
Just
you
to
want
keep things moving, no.
Okay.
Dang it.
Alrighty. Also, given the fact that you haven't really made them yet, so
Yeah.
So okay, Kythos, what are you going to do?
I mean, there's not really much Kythos would do, because I mean, it's kind of, he would follow or like walk with Maverick back to the farm, but he'd kind of like skitter off to his tent to kind of pack his stuff, I guess, and prepare.
Okay. All right. So, are we going to go ahead and do a little bit of skip to the next day?
Yeah, also Flintlock would probably pack some more food of like his own in
Okay.
other bags. But yeah, besides
So, everyone go ahead and take a long rest, even though you don't really need one, but you know, of course. All of you are now gathered outside the tavern once again, and Silver has like packed bags just full of just items that she has gathered. Okay. So, Go ahead.
So Flintlock would walk up to Silver and he would like go into his bag and he's like, also, Evergreen wanted to give you a gift, and he pulls like a flower crown that has like multiple flowers on it, and he just hands it over to Silver. She wanted me to give you this.
She's like, "Oh, that was nice," and she just puts it on. She's like, and it's a tracking device. So she is going to. So everyone is going to get 2 supreme healing potions.
Holy shit!
Ooh.
Jesus Christ, Silver! Silver's a sugar mama. You said 2?
Yes, 2 supreme healing potions. She is going to. She's going to give. She's going to give Payton the armor of the Sanguine King.
Oh.
So this is a very rare item.
Oh.
It is it'll use your whatever your Constitution modifier as the spellcasting focus. Basically, basically you can instead of adding your Dexterity, you can add your Constitution modifier to the AC, and it'll start at 12. It'll be 12 plus your Constitution modifier.
Okay.
And it also plus your strength.
Plus my string.
Yes.
My string?
No, my bad. Your Dexterity. So it'll be your Dexterity plus your Constitution at like you'll start from 12 and you'll add it to that.
Okay.
And so for Flintlock, what was the armor proficiencies of the gunslinger again?
Light.
Okay, then she would have gotten you Mithril Chain.
All right.
Okay, so you have a armor class of 16 plus your Dexterity modifier. So
like ring mail, chain mail, or
it's chainmail, pretty much.
okay, so Mithril chain mail. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And she
Awkward thinker.
She would have given she also would have given Maverick a potion of speed. Basically, you can cast the spell Haste on yourself, or whoever drinks the potion. And she would have given Kythos an animated shield.
Oh.
Okay, so basically, as an action, you can let go of the shield and it will float around you, protecting you, so you can free up your shield arm to do other things. So, basically, while this thing... Oh, fuck. God damn it. There we go. While the shield is floating around you, you will have a +3 to your AC, and you have a +3 with it, regardless.
Oh, I just realized that the Mithril chainmail did nothing to my AC because it was already 16. It's fine.
Well, no, like your AC is 16 plus your Dexterity modifier.
Oh, okay.
You had your Dexterity modifier on top of that.
Okay, so I will fix that real quick. Sorry for interrupting.
And she just says, "Okay, I got everybody their stuff. Does anyone want anything else before we go?"
Nothing I can think of. Once again, thank you. Also, I'm guessing you didn't find any ammo, then.
Oh, right. Sorry about that. I forgot I had it. And what guns did you bring with you?
I brought a long musket and Macintosh.
Okay. So she would have gotten hollow point rounds for your musket.
Oh, hollow point.
And she would basically she would have gotten 100 of them, of course.
Shit.
A hollow point, basically, whenever you shoot someone with a hollow point in my world, it'll do an extra 3d4 slashing damage as it explodes inside them, pretty much. And it has a chance to cause them to bleed, they'll take continuous damage on their turns if they don't get rid of it, or try and bandage it up. And for your revolver, she got armor-piercing rounds. And basically, this basically means that if a creature is wearing heavy armor, you can ignore their armor. And if they are also it can go through 3 feet of material. So if they are hiding behind something, you can still shoot them if you know where they are.
Okay. And 100 of those, or?
Yes, 100 of those as well. And if you get a direct hit, like say if they're not behind anything or they're not wearing armor, it'll do an extra 2d10 damage.
Okay.
And it will also hit anything that's behind them as well. So if there's like a line of enemies, you can hit multiple enemies.
So when they're wearing heavy armor, it'll do like extra 2d10?
No, if they're wearing heavy armor, like if they're not wearing like any armor at all, like it'll do that extra damage. Okay. And she says, okay, is that everything? Does anybody need anything else?
If you would give me 10 minutes, I can summon us a chariot.
She just says, oh, well, who's gonna pull it?
Oh. Fired spirits.
Oh.
Why?
Well, I don't think that would really... Well, it can take us to the forest, but I don't think it can take us much farther than that. It's a really dense forest.
Silver can see that Flintlock is withholding a comment to that. But he's not saying it, but he has that face.
Also, I DM'd you, so
Okay. I see that Max DM me as well. I just saw that.
Yeah, I just finished up Maverick's family.
Holy.
That was fast.
Yes. You
I need
to answer your question, Eli, you should see like a shield in G Sheet somewhere. And just like if you have to change it, just change the bonus to a +3.
okay. Yeah, I just made an entire new shield. I'm just gonna make one because it's easier.
Rip, Max.
Eli, do you want me to do it or nah? I can
I
do it
think
if you
I got
need
it.
me to. You got it? Alright. I'm proud of you.
You can check if you want to make sure it's good, but I think I got it.
Yeah. I'll grab it real quick and check.
Just
Okay.
Make sure you're not screwed over.
ignore my backstory.
Righty.
What backstory? I won't look at that.
So,
Exactly.
given that, and Silver's like,
Soteria.
Silver just says, do we want to leave right now?
Well, it would be best if we want to beat the crowd. Is that the right word?
Yeah, I guess so. And she just says, okay, let's
I got more than enough food and extra, so I'm ready.
And she just says, okay, I brought something else that'll help us. And she just says,
An
okay.
anti-material rifle. I'm kidding.
I brought a Gauss rifle.
Yeah, you got that right, Eli. Good job.
Yes.
Like I brought a what's the word? What was the word?
A nuke.
No,
But,
not a nuke. It was a railgun. I brought a railgun.
But Eli, you could refer to it as just shield rather than rear item.
Oh,
And it'll still work. Yeah, that's the only thing.
Okay, so, all right. And so it just says, okay, let's. I guess we can go now. Peyton, do you want to? We can summon that chariot.
He started.
Oh, so it can take us to the edge of the forest at least.
Mm-hmm. I can make them not fire spirits, but fire spirits for me are just easier to conjure.
That's okay. I mean, like, again, we can't take them into the forest, but they can take us to the forest.
Okay, just don't stand like, and he like brings a hoof up and like points in a general direction here, because it's gonna rise out of the ground. And so his horn is going to like start shining vibrantly. It's a little reminiscent of the sun, just to let the viewers know and to let the players know. But you start seeing like this like miniature sun like rising out of the ground and it starts expanding, and it creates like an actual like chariot, like a covered chariot, and like and just for the ironicness of it all, bipedal fire spirits on the front, like on the reins, like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like getting ready to pull the cart.
It's one of those chariots like in I think in Japan or China. Can I remember which one it is? I mean, like you can
It
like
is
pick,
Japan,
like
yeah.
that person that just picks up the chariot and runs with you sitting in it.
Yeah,
Like-
it's literally the coffin dance meme. Except
No.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm stopping it there.
So, does everyone gather inside the chariot?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. And it takes off towards the forest. I will let Peyton control exactly where it goes. But Peyton, you try not to venture into the forest too much. You've been there before, but only a few times. You know that it's directly south of Woodhurst.
Mm-mm. And he is gonna go directly south, trying to follow
Okay.
whatever path there is, if there is one.
There is a path heading towards the forest, but it eventually kind of cuts off since no one really goes there.
Yeah.
And it takes about 2 to 3 hours to get there on chariot. And eventually you do arrive, and you see the massive tree line that kind of borders the entrance of the Everfree Forest. Strangely enough, it kind of looks like a regular forest from this side of it. The trees are just rather large.
All right. We're here, everyone. Just so you are all aware.
So as the chariot comes to a stop, Silver just hop out, and she kind of like shivers a bit. She's like, "Whew, this forest always creeps me out."
Silver.
Yep.
One of the like fire spirits is offering you a gem. Like each one of you as you leave, it's offering you a gem to like eat.
No thanks. I cannot digest or consume that. But thank you.
So like Silver takes the gem, and she's like takes a big crunch out of it, and she's like,
Silver, do you want my gem then?
"No, thanks." And she just eats the whole thing. She's like, "Whew, kind of spicy."
Then Flintlock's just going to slowly put the gem that he was given into a bag of his.
Okay. So I'm guessing everyone gets out of the chariot.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
And to de-summon the chariot, since it just for that flavor, the fire that made the chariot and the bipedal carriers sort of like shrinks into a small ball of fire and gets zipped into Peyton's horn.
Okay.
See ya later, spirits. Have a good one.
Alrighty. So with that, all of you are staying at the edge of the forest. There is a bit of a path into the forest, although it's rather thin. And Silver just says, "Okay,
Oh,
are we ready to go?"
Yes, but a warning. If I so happen to die, Evergreen said her father's willing to resurrect me. Though, I don't know how livid he is gonna be. So just Just say small little heads up.
And she just says, that's fine, I suppose.
He'll be fine. The worst that'll happen, he'll probably might break my legs or something. I don't know. Not the worst thing he's attempted to do.
I'm sorry to ask, but are you okay? I mean,
I'm just
I was married.
terrified of my wife's father, is all.
I guess that's a reminder never to get married.
He's the archdruid of the White-tailed Woods.
Oh, wait. Oh yeah, I did ban a druid from my den.
Thornbriar is his name.
Ooh, was that the one? I don't know. They tried to put plant life in it, and I just got angry.
Anyways, we should probably start heading in.
Okay. And Silver just says, who wants to lead?
I can. I mean, I'm essentially just a light source, so.
I can watch from behind.
And
I would like to mention.
Mhm.
Oh, sorry.
Hey, go ahead.
Okay. I was just wanting to say that, like, Kythos is, like, a little bit nervous when looking at these woods, and he's kind of just, like, at the back of the party, pretty much. Just kind of sitting there, like, he looks like he actually doesn't want to go into the woods.
Flintlock's gonna look at him and is like, you alright there, friend?
He's just gonna nod his head.
Insight.
Because I would have to roll deception, wouldn't I?
You want to know here's something else I'm expertise in, Eli? I'm expertise in insight.
While they're doing that, just for the heck of it, I'm gonna say, Peyton just sort of is like staring at the woods, and his eyes just turn into like flashlights. Like you can just see light beaming from them. Wait, what?
So
hang on.
Nat
hang
1, yes.
Hang on. Do I have anything that allows me to give advantage? I
No.
doubt it.
No.
Hang on, I'm checking.
Wow, Cameron going hard for it.
Dang. Never mind. Okay, so is that one auto fail or?
with ability checks, no.
Oh,
Damn it!
And so technically he did still pass, even though he rolled a natural 1. So
Fuck it.
I wish it was an auto fail.
So like, Flintlock, as you're kind of looking at Maverick, a bug flies into your eye,
Right,
and like
Okay.
you're like,
but
like as you're looking at Kythos, your kind of bug kind of flies into your eye, and you're like, God damn it! But you still kind of recognize that Kythos is obviously lying.
Insert slurs. Or not slurs, curse words from ponies. Not slurs.
Jeez.
I meant curse.
Son of a feathered fuck!
God damn.
It does.
This
It's so
God
like,
damn dimension.
we should probably get moving.
Yep, I got the rear.
oh,
Mhm.
Before we enter, I'm just gonna. Peyton's mane catches on fire, and like his eyes just sort of glow, and they're acting like flashlights for the other party members.
Maverick
Every time you-
is
Go ahead.
kind of walking like alongside Peyton. He's ready to draw his sword.
And Silver's going to be behind those two, and I guess Flintlock and Kythos are going to be behind Silver. So
We are back of the pack, buddies.
Kaiser's honestly would probably end up like somewhat like being closer to Silver than he would Flintlock because he was gonna take the rear, but Flintlock's like, oh, I got this. So Kaiser's is like, fuck, I have to be in between people. So he's kind of
Flintlock,
like squeezing a
it
little
was
bit
funny.
close to Flint. He's squeezing a little bit close to Silver.
It was
Okay.
funny because Flintlock was about to make conversation, then he saw Flintlock like shuffle. I was like, oh.
All right. So as you guys make your way into the forest, what direction are you going to go in?
Yeah, back from where we came from. I'm kidding.
Do we know what way was towards the Silver Spire?
That is directly north.
And we're heading directly north?
You're heading directly south.
We're heading into the woods to find the creature.
So
right?
the only
Into the
direction
woods,
you
took
the only
another touch.
direction you can't go is north because that would be back the way you came. So you can head like south, southwest, east, southeast, or west. Like you can head in those three in those directions.
Guys, what do we want to do?
Um.
I'm not leading, so I'm just watching our ass.
Oh gosh darn it, Cameron. Anyway, Caden. Wrong. Whoa. Caden.
Oh my god, Caden?
When did he get here?
Hayden,
Anyway.
cracked at Destiny, now cracked at being a pony.
Anyway, shut up, Cameron.
Shout out to my man Caden. Anyways,
Now I'm not gonna continue.
I don't know about y'all, but southwest sounds kind of nice.
We're going southwest.
all right.
Yeah, southwest.
Fuck.
All right.
Fuck! I thought we were gonna do a majority vote.
So okay,
No.
so southwest. The person who's leading, I need you to go ahead and roll a survival check to see if you can orient in that specific direction.
Because I live in the woods, would I be able to do that
I'm
at
I'm giving him advantage.
Okay, so roll a survival check with advantage.
That's 23.
Yeah, you're easily able to tell which direction is southwest, and you immediately start heading in that direction.
Oh,
Okay.
and just so this doesn't screw us over, I'm going to leave, like, not breadcrumbs, but, like, little stone pebbles in our track.
Okay. So, as you're walking through this forest, it is eerily quiet. And the trees are starting to become gnarled and crooked and darker bark. And they're starting to become like wider. So they're starting to block out the light coming from above. So it's starting to get a lot harder to see. But with your flashlight eyes, you're able to kind of light the way.
So it reminds me of like Patrick and SpongeBob.
All right.
Remember that one time I
and-
stuck a flashlight up my nose?
Okay. And as you keep on moving, you hear a few sounds. They kind of like maybe like a stick breaking, or like some bushes rustling near you, but nothing is really kind of coming at you, as far as you can tell. And somehow it gets even more quiet, and and those sounds kind of start to fade away. You don't even hear sounds of like crickets or like owls or like naturally nocturnal animals. And I need everybody to please roll a perception check.
Oh,
Would I
boy.
get advantage, like, for hearing and stuff? Like, could I use my hearing to give me advantage?
If you use specifically hearing, then yes, you can do that. I will do that with Silver but
Okay.
she's going to use good old fashioned sniffer.
Yeah, because I remembered I got advantage on perceptions with hearing, and I was like, I'll try that. I'll see.
So dirty 20. Okay.
I'm just gonna Yeah.
26. Oh,
12. Okay. Are you gonna roll?
I have a
Um,
passive of 17. Can I just use that?
No, not for this.
Okay.
I should have asked if I could use my passive. Oh well, too late.
damn, Maverick doesn't have much.
I still got a 17.
So, Kythos, you're the first to notice this.
Oh no.
You start to feel a somewhat familiar presence. And you can definitely tell, because like you've been in this forest for long enough, you can definitely tell that there's a sort of a presence of abyssal magic in the area.
Oh, so I forgot that's Kaiso's little quirky attribute. Or is
And
it?
Silver also seems to notice this as she kind of like looks up to you, and you kind of both like lock eyes for a second. And she's like,
Can you feel?
"Does anybody else smell that?"
Smell what?
It's not entirely a smell, but
I
also a
smell some nuts in
feeling
the
of
distance.
it's abyssal magic.
But so what now?
It's
Oh,
a magic
no.
kind that is used in this dimension.
What does
I-
it do?
Well,
It
it doesn't
Exact-
do just one thing. It can do a lot of things, but it's
Think if-
typically not good.
think if you were to take the dark magic that Sombra used and make it worse.
I never really looked into that, but I've heard stories.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I had a
I'd like
life. Good.
I'd like to say that, like, if anyone were to look at Kaitos, he looks very uncomfortable, like with this feeling and like the abyss and this darkness that's settling in. It seems as if he's
Inside.
becoming more scared. You don't really have to insight, like it's fairly obvious. Like he does not like whatever we're getting into.
By the way, Silver, my passive insight would be a 21, just as like a heads up.
Yeah, you can easily tell that Kythos is uncomfortable.
I know. I was just letting you know, like for future stuff.
Mhm. So Kythos, like with that perception check, and I guess Silver would notice this as well. You see something kind of make like both Kythos and Silver both hear this as well. You kind of hear what sounds like something being dragged on the ground, and kind of like soft footsteps.
Could I be able to tell the size of whatever is being drugged, or like the size of the person based on like how they're walking or like what's being dragged? If that makes sense.
I'd say roll a nature check.
I swear to God, if
I'd
these are
offer to give him
men
advantage,
with bags
but-
on their heads, I swear to God.
Would I possibly get an advantage or?
No, but I'll say that Silver's helping you, so yeah, you can have advantage.
Okay. That's a 22. Just shy of a nat 20.
Where did you roll?
Oh,
you
I
rolled
rolled a
nature.
no
Okay.
mic.
That's all right. I just noticed that. It's all good.
I had no mic open.
So, you can't tell what size it is, but you can tell from the sound of it dragging, it's something made of metal.
Why do I feel like that's a sword? A sword.
I think it was meant to
And like
Think-
and you just
Countered.
and like Silver and Kythos, because they rolled high enough, they both just so happen to see this, like, kind of like moving between the trees. DM me what you see.
I think I know what that is. Because I remember things. Don't tell me what.
Cameron, shush.
Okay, I am.
I'm sorry.
And
Hear that?
and Silver, she freezes where she's standing. She stops moving. She's, stop moving, stop. She's like, and like she kind of locks eyes with Kythos again. And she's like, did you saw that, right?
Yes. And like I'd like to say Karthus is looking at where he last saw this thing, and he's seemingly getting a little bit prepared, and like the shield he had, like I don't need to use a spell or anything to make it float, do I?
No, you have to use an action.
Okay. Yeah. Because could I just do that already so it's already up?
Yeah, it lasts for a minute.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
I'll prepare an action to just prepare it to be ready, if that's okay.
Okay.
Because Kythos would be kind of like... Can I tell that the abyssal magic is coming from that specific creature?
No, it seems to be emanating throughout the entire area.
Okay.
And Kythos, since you rolled higher, and you were focusing on hearing, you start to hear more. You start to hear more sets of footsteps. And you can kind of see the same thing, although a little different each time, kind of making its way through the trees.
Is it multiple footsteps I'm hearing, or just
Yes, like multiple
one
sets
set?
of footsteps. Like it sounds like they're coming from every direction at this point.
Kythos is going to realize that, and he's going to speak up and go, "We're being surrounded."
And like Silver's like, oh, she kind of like makes like a squeaking sound, and she kind of like gets a lot closer to Kythos. Not close enough to touch him, but she's kind of like moving closer to him because she looks terrified, and she's like,
Flintlock's gonna pull out Macintosh.
Peyton's gonna turn off his eyeballs.
okay.
And he's gonna ask, "Do you know what by?"
Roll a nature check.
Do I... What?
Kythos, roll a nature check. Just to see if you know what these are.
And may I give him advantage?
Yes, if you have proficiency in nature.
I do have proficiency in nature. I am a hermit.
Fuck me, that's a 7. I just missed a fucking that one.
No. You have no idea what this could be.
Right.
Would someone else like to
I
try?
also have a question, too. Considering my past, would I have also read into these guys? Like, I might not know what they are, but would I have known, like, would I have possibly ran into them?
Roll a history check.
Until then, Silver, I may ask to roll an Arcana check, just so you are aware.
Fuck me, that's a 9.
To do what specifically?
To cast Fly on everyone rather than just one creature.
Okay, so you will have disadvantage on the roll to do it on the fly. But
Yeah.
you certainly are allowed to do that. You want to do it now?
Not right now.
Okay, so with that,
Fly is an action cast. Yeah.
Maverick, what is your AC?
My AC is 18.
Okay.
I feel like I should not have told you that so willingly.
You probably should not have. Wait, how
I
do
also
I-
assume the 9 doesn't get me anything on history.
It does not, no.
Damn.
In just a second.
Hey guys! I'm so sorry, I let us into combat for session.
Well, I mean, it's not your fault.
Unless it is.
I mean,
Um,
you guys agreed with me to go southwest.
So, Silver, I may
Mhm.
change what I want to do with my reaction, if he gets hit.
Alright. Shit. Hang on, give me a second. I lost something. Where did it go? Fuck. Go. You can talk amongst yourselves while I'm looking for this. If you like.
I have to look at
Um,
my bonus actions.
But I will say just because I think it's a little funny, quirky. Mostly because I also just want to post this picture. I just want to say that you guys do see, my little quirky, funny Kieran. You see his eyes start to his sclera start to darken a little bit, and he's just a little frightened that we're getting surrounded. And he's kind of got that anxious look on his face, and he's trying not to turn into a Neric. So I'm gonna post the Neric photo of his real quick.
Okay.
Oh, well, that's the small one, but I need to pull up the big one.
So that's what Macintosh from that setting looks like.
How did I lose it? Fuck.
I love finding art on Pinterest.
If you didn't guess,
Ah.
if you didn't guess, I'm looking for my fucking D20.
Yeah, I kind of thought. I haven't got there. I'm not gonna say more on it, but I kind of thought you were referencing that. Anyways, moving on.
Referencing
Don't-
what?
Don't worry about it.
Okay, Cameron, just kind of.
We'll get there when we get there. I don't know when, but we'll get there when we get there.
Okay, got it. Probably
worry.
should have. Cameron, you're not too subtle, bud.
I'm not really trying to be. Also, I will send what Macintosh looks like in No Mike, because I just learned what it looked like right now because I looked it up.
But Silver, if you want to look at what the Neric version of my Kieran looks like, I posted it in the refs.
So, okay, Max. So,
Oh,
all right. So, Maverick,
No.
as you are kind of. Oh wait. Fuck. There, I found my D20. Shit. Okay. Now I can roll properly.
I was like to
Ed-
say that Maverick did pull his sword out.
Okay.
I should
So-
have took whatever.
So, Maverick, as you're standing there, kind of looking around,
Mhm.
you suddenly hear, and you kind of like a little grunt of pain as a axe digs its way into your shoulder.
Perry.
Perry?
Perry.
Okay. Do you have to add something to that?
Hold on, let me pull it up. It is, I can reduce the damage by my superiority dice plus my dexterity modifier, and I need to see what my superiority dice are at the moment. They are D8s. How many superiority dice do I have?
Yeah, I would have tried something, but that's only for me, and I'm not in my guardian dance right now. So
Okay. I have 5.
So you reduce the damage or the to hit?
Hold on. No, I was mumbling to myself. That was not it. Hold on. I need to roll a d8 plus 3.
Silver.
Mhm.
So, so from where that axe was thrown, can I try shoot
I reduce 6 damage.
from where that axe came from?
Not unless you have a reaction, because this is a surprise round.
Wait, did you say surprise round?
Yes.
I
Give
have
me-
alert.
Awesome. So
I-
so do you reduce the damage or the to hit?
The damage.
Okay, I'm gonna roll damage real quick. It is exactly 6. So you don't take any damage. Maverick. So what happens is that you just manage to hear the axe kind of like cutting through the air, and you turn just in time to kind of like knock it out of the way, and
Kingdom Parry or Breath of the Wild.
and
Does it happen
Kythos.
to destroy the axe or damage it at all?
Roll your weapon damage.
Okay. I also need to know the cost. I do have a sentient
Carry.
sword to concede to.
Oh.
You have the cost of what?
I have to. So basically, my sword is sentient, and if it gets mad at me if I don't damage 1,000 stuff, or
Yeah.
at least 1,000 gold worth of shit within a week.
Did you take Black Razor?
I took Ruin Blade.
Oh, okay.
Stop it! I want 10 damage.
So you do not break it, but you do damage it, and you manage to make the person slashing at you make them let go, and they are now disarmed because of the damage you did to the weapon itself. It kind of like vibrated it out of their hands a little bit. Okay, and Kythos, what is your AC currently?
My AC currently would be 16. Well, considering I am holding the shield, right? So it would be 19.
Yes, if you are holding the shield or if it's floating around you, it would be 19.
Yeah, I'm holding the shield because Kythos
Okay.
will hold it while they go.
That is a 19, so it hits. Just hits. Okay. So Kythos, you take 11 damage as this axe, like it just happens to move past your shield and kind of slashes across your chest, and you see, and you look at this like tallish lanky humanoid as they're swinging this axe, and like they're just making like loud guttural noises, and I'll say that, like, now that he's seen them up close, Kythos has definitely ran into these before.
Yay.
These are known as parasites. And you know that underneath that bag, there's quite a lot of snakes.
Yep, that's what I thought.
And you know that eventually, when you damage them enough, the snakes will come out. And
The rest is still from
Silver. Silver's going to get hit because she does not have alert.
Silver. No.
I would like to say that Kythos is going to yell out and kind of go, "Watch for the bags, there's snakes under them."
Wait, what?
Silver's like, what? And that is a 19, so that misses.
Oh.
Okay. And like Silver, like, because she's so fast, she sees them coming, and she's like, whoo! And like she quickly jumps out of the way. And like Maverick, she's now on top of your back, like she's on your back, like when she jumps out of the way, and she's like, whoo! And I need everybody to go ahead and roll initiative for me.
I also lied. My superiority die are not D8s, they're D10. So
Okay.
I need to remember that.
Alrighty. Everybody rolls initiative, and I roll
Oh my gosh,
advantage.
an initiative where I got pretty high for once. It's been a while. Sorry, Coden.
Levi, would you mind changing the music when you get the chance?
Oh yes, I'm just looking for some royalty free. Oh, oh, oh.
Shut the fuck up.
Let's just push
No.
Skyrim music, guys.
I'll compile initiative too once you have all the things rolled silver.
I'll go ahead and roll publicly so I don't have to repeat them.
Yeah.
Ow. Fuck off.
Oh, oh.
Fuck you,
Also,
Silver.
One of them got a nat 20.
So as a heads up, I took the gunner and observant feat.
Did you say a natural
Okay.
20 silver?
Yeah, one of them got one of the monsters got a natural 20.
Nuh-uh. Are
Another
you
natural
kidding me?
20. 2 nat 20s in a row.
Wait, do I? I want to look at another character's sheet for a hot second.
I got a 19. Holy shit.
So they're all going before us.
So the first, like, they both got a natural 20, so I got to roll a d4 for them to see if they get any extra stuff.
Fuck. I don't have a DM inspiration on Croton, otherwise I would have been like, hey, can I use that?
So, all right. Okay, so the first one gets an extra action, and the second one has double movement speed. And oh goodness, I am going to go ahead and roll for silver.
Silver, please do so well. We need someone.
We need a hero.
We need a hero.
She's gotta be strong. She's
Okay,
already
that's a 24. We're good.
holy.
Golden.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and wait for that to get Coldplay, royalty free combat music.
Sorry.
I got one.
I just imagine Silver's like, want to see me run to the mountain? Want to see me do it again? Just like from like this is a reference from SpongeBob. Want to see me do it again?
I'm gonna go ahead and mark this down.
Well, hi there, Kai. Come here, buddy. Why say hello to Kai? Come here, buddy.
Also, I'm going to apologize beforehand for combat because this is my first time playing a cleric. So I'm going to be asking a lot of questions.
So we're gonna go ahead and end session.